But I want to make sure that you understand that you are not getting your life back. It's a completely different life. You have to get, I want my life back, out of your head, because you don't get your life back. That life is gone. This is a completely new, completely different life that you're going to live. Welcome to video number 3 of being in the car. And if you don't know why I'm in the car, look back 2 videos and that's why I'm in the car. Despite the ridiculous setting and not being able to do any of the funny antics or move around or whatever, I have something important that I want to talk to you about. When the new leg smell wears off, and by that I mean, you know, whenever you buy a car, you have that new car smell and you promise you'll wash it every day and nobody's gonna eat in it or get their muddy shoes in it or whatever, and then it ends up just being your car. That's kind of the same thing of what I'm talking about. If this is our first time meeting, I want to say hi. My name is Kerry. Thank you for joining me on this channel. I try to read and respond to all of the comments that I can. So if you have a question throughout this video, please just let me know. My email is in the description box. You can also check in with me there if I miss your comment for whatever reason. And don't forget to subscribe. Share this video with somebody who might need it. On with the show. I am a below the knee amputee of 1.5 years now. My amputation was July 2nd, 2021. I think. I always get my dates wrong. Before my amputation, I lived on a broken, dislocated, dying talus bone. The talus bone is the main bone in your foot. I had a motorcycle accident. I broke it. It completely came apart, went underneath itself, turned sideways. Anyways, they screwed me all back together, and over several years, it started to die. So by the time that I amputated, my bone was dislocating itself. It was dying. And that was what was causing me so much pain. I was at a level 8 pain whenever I woke up, and I would generally have to crawl to bed because I was completely out of room for pain. I was past a level 10 and I had to get off of my foot. So that's my quick backstory. I have documented everything from the very beginning before I even knew that I was going to amputate. I honestly didn't think that that's the road that I was going to go down, but I documented it just in case, and all of that is on my channel for you to go back and watch. But what I want you to know in this video is that sometimes family and friends won't support you in your effort to heal yourself. And when you live in chronic pain, day in and day out, it wears on you mentally, emotionally, physically, in all those different areas. You are absolutely exhausted. I understand that, but the people who don't go through that every day might not understand that, and that's okay. That's not their journey, it's yours. There's also some science that goes on in your body. It's fascinating to read about, but the general gist of it is your body releases different hormones whenever you're in a chronic state of pain that causes your body to stay in fight mode at all times. I gotta get us out of here. I gotta get us out of here. I gotta get us out of this situation. We have to keep going. We can't quit or we'll die. That's what your body is saying whenever you live in that constant state of pain. And that is incredibly taxing on your system as well. It's a very fascinating study, so if you want to go study it, just Google it, but that's not the point of this video, so I'll move on. Even in a state of chronic pain as an adult, you are expected to go out in the work field or with your family or whatever and carry out every single day like normal. Otherwise, you might get passed up for promotions at work if you let on that you're in chronic pain or you don't show up or whatever. You get labeled as lazy if you're not a good housewife or a stay-at-home mom, that you sit on the couch. Even though you're in chronic pain and just this hyper-focused state of distress in your brain, you get labeled these things because people don't necessarily understand. Another thing that kind of happens to people in chronic pain is you get left behind a lot. So either you tell the people, go ahead, go without me, go to the beach, because you can't go. I couldn't walk on the sand, so I would tell them, no, I'm fine, I want to sit up here, I like it up here better. That's not true. Everybody knows that's not true, but it's the only It's the only opportunity you have to even go. So you tell them, no, go ahead. So you get left behind a lot as well. We still have to hold down jobs, care for our pets, care for our families, care for the home, go to our jobs every day, be professionals. All that still has to happen, no matter what, if you're in chronic pain or not. So you can probably understand why I would do just about anything to get out of that chronic pain. So if this sounds like you, and if this is the journey that you're on, I have created this channel just for you. I have created a channel talking about some of the hard things, the things that I can't do, the things that I wish I would have done, how I got doctors to amputate my leg, all of the struggles that I went through during the elective amputation, the things that they didn't teach me, I teach you so that you don't have to go through that yourself. There are many things that I wasn't fully aware of, and today I want to share with you one of them that I didn't fully understand the capacity of it, even though I had an amputee friend reach out to me and say, hey, this is going to happen, and you're like, whatever, I'll be fine. But in the end, you're not fine, and you do need to know that this is going to happen, and this is something emotional that you might have to struggle with later on down the road after amputation. But I want to say, before I get into that this journey for me has been life-changing. It has been life-changing for the better. I feel like a better person now being out of pain. I can be a better mom, a better wife, a better caregiver. I can be a better friend to people. I can be better who I am as a professional too, having the amputation, than I was with this nasty, nasty chronic level 10 pain every day, crawling to bed. I mean, who wants to live like that? And I know that people do. That is a horrible life to live. And I'm so thankful that I had the chance to get out of that. But I want to make sure that you understand that you are not getting your life back. It's a completely different life. You have to get, I want my life back, out of your head, because you don't get your life back. That life is gone. This is a completely new, completely different life that you're gonna live. And I feel like people told me this. I watched videos like this, but it didn't really sink in. Like I didn't take it to heart, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that might happen. Okay, noted, got it. But I didn't actually like listen and take it to heart and wonder what would I do in that situation. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to really listen and understand what might happen so that you can be prepared for whatever answer that you need when it does happen. My life after amputation is very different. For example, I can't pivot to get in the car. That's just something I can't do, because whenever I move my leg, let's see, my bones stop right here and my leg is down here. Whenever I turn my leg, my bones move, but my foot doesn't. So I'm moving, I'm pivoting, but my foot is still stationary because it's not attached to anything. I can't just go out for a run like I thought that I would be able to. I thought as soon as I got my prosthetic leg at 8 weeks post-amputation that I would be off and running. And that didn't happen for a number of reasons. Right now what I'm dealing with is the sock issue. I have to stop and I have to add socks and then start running again. And I can only run maybe 10, 20, 30 steps at a time anyways. I have to completely learn how to run again. So I didn't get my life back. I didn't get to go back to running. I have to relearn how to run in a different way. One thing that I was most looking forward to, and I thought that I would just hop right back into, was line dancing, because I was raised in red dirt, Oklahoma. That's what we do. Even whenever I attempt these little TikTok dances, my leg doesn't pivot like what I was talking about, and I can't slide, I can't scoot, I can't squat. I can barely dance, and it's irritating, but at the same time, I don't have chronic pain anymore either. So that's what I mean by you can't go back to the life that you had. There are some things that you're going to trade out in order to have a better life, and that's okay. That's okay. It's all in where you prioritize what you want. People do incredible things on prosthetic legs. Obviously, we have Olympians, you know, Paralympians that run on prosthetic legs. There are incredible things that you can do, but it might not be the thing that you want to do. Like dancing, I want to dance. It's very hard to dance on a prosthetic leg. So just know that the thing that you are looking forward to going and doing again, you might have to adjust it in a different way, and it might not be possible at all. As long as you can recognize that and understand that, you'll be in a much better place emotionally after your elective amputation. I had a fellow amputee befriend me whenever I was going through this journey, and she said some very wise words to me. And she said, one day it's going to hit, you're going to look down and you're going to say, what have I done? And it's going to hit hard, and I will be there to pick you up whenever that does happen. And her words were so true, and she was absolutely right. It does hit. In all of the things that I'm able to do now, it still did hit whenever I look down and I'm like, what have I done? I cut off my leg. That hit very, very, very hard. And I think it's something that a lot of people go through. And that happened about a year after my amputation, because in the beginning, everything is really fun. Everybody is, how are you? Can I help you? Can I clean your house? Can I make you dinner? What's going on? What's new? What are you discovering? Do you have your leg? How does it fit? You're learning this, you're learning that, you're learning other things. And this new life is exhilarating. It's frustrating. It keeps your mind busy until about a year and a half, when all of that slows down. There's not as much progress. There's not as many phone calls. It's old news. And then you're left with your amputated leg and the frustrations that go along with it that you didn't necessarily recognize in the beginning. You have to figure out how to live your best life in that capacity that you're in now with that amputation. So it's going to be up to you to do the hard work. It's going to be up to you to put on your leg, or to be your own advocate, to make sure that people listen to you and actually get the fit that you need. It's going to be up to you to do the hard work, because nobody can do it for you. So just know that that time is coming also. So I want to give you 4 easy steps if you find yourself in that what have I done situation in life, whether it's with a baby or a toxic person in your life, or an amputation or a hoard situation, or whatever it is. I want to give you 4 steps that you can take that might make it a little bit easier. Number 1 is find the root problem. So is it a financial situation? Is it a dangerous situation? Is it a physical limitation? Find the root problem of it. Number 2 is determine what it would take to get out of that situation. We're only writing things down at this point. We're not actually implementing anything, so write down anything it would take to get out of that situation. And going back to the emergency thing, if you're in a dangerous situation, find help immediately. Skip all the steps. Just find help, get help, reach out to somebody that you trust and get help. And number 3 is ask for help. Once you have located the problem and you've determined what it would take to get out of that problem, ask for help. Ask somebody that you trust for their help. People around you want to help you. Even though they stopped calling, they stopped offering you things, let them know if you need help. Tell them your goals and be honest and transparent and say, you can help me in this way. Whether it's keeping you accountable, actually bringing over boxes to help you move your stuff out, driving you to the prosthetic appointment, actually physically lifting you out of the chair so that maybe you can take your first steps. Whatever it is, ask for help. And then number 4 is take a small step every day. Whatever that step is. I'm not talking about physically walking. I'm talking about throw one thing away a day. Take one extra step a day. Move towards your goal in a positive way every single day. Do you need to rearrange your house to make life a little bit easier so that you can get around with your disability? Do it. Hire somebody. Call in some friends. Call in some favors. Have some people move some things around so that it's easier for you in your own space to be happy. And then don't stop. Number 5 and on is don't stop. Don't stop the progress. Don't give up on yourself. I actually wrote several blog posts about this, about how to redesign your life for the positive, and I'll leave those in the descriptions below so that you can kind of take a look and read those and see if it might help in some way. I even made a couple of journals that are down there and some free print-offs, things like that. And I'll put all of that in the description below so that if there's anything down there that can help you, you're welcome to it. In any decision in life, if the pro outweighs the con, it might be worth considering moving forward with that pro. And knowing that the day of regret might come in a huge decision, one thing I would say to you is make a video document. Write down some of the reasons that you made that decision to begin with, so that when that day of regret comes, that you're like, what have I done? You can look back at that and say, oh yeah, that's why I did it. It doesn't mean it doesn't suck, but it does mean that there was a reason behind it, and I am thankful that I'm not in that situation anymore. Bad days come. It's just part of life. And there's no stopping them, unfortunately. But the key to getting through it is being ready for them when they do come. Don't let it be a surprise. Have your list ready for whenever that happens. I really hope this video helped you. I hope my videos are inspiring and that they give you confidence to make the hard decisions that you need to make, not just about amputation, but about any of these decisions in life that you need to make. I hope that this really inspires you to move forward with the hard things that you need to do. I never ever want to portray this perfect life that I have now because I cut my leg off. It's not perfect. I mean, take a look back at my puke story that I told you about earlier. It's not perfect. It's hard. It's actually really, really hard. But it's better than what I had. And I never went back to what I had before my accident. I have a new life now. And I'm living that new life the very best way that I can. And I'm learning every single day. Feel the feelings whenever it happens. But just don't stay there. Stay there as long as you need to feel those feelings and move on. Don't sweep it under the rug. Feel them and then move on. Thank you so much for being here. I know you could have watched any other video on the internet and I'm honored that you watched mine. Please leave me a comment, share it with somebody who might need it, like the video, subscribe, all of those good things so that I can keep doing this and hopefully bringing inspiration to you guys in any way that I possibly can. Please let me know what you want to see about my life and I'll see you on the next video.